Hello all, welcome to Learn English with Pallavi Dhingra. So today we will be learning the usage of could. And could be used in present, past and future. Alright, so let us learn how we use could in the past. Could can be used as a past of can. Suppose I say, I can lift this heavy box. That means I have the ability that I can lift this heavy box. Now, if I have to use the similar in the past, so I will say, I could lift this heavy box when I was 11. That means I could lift this heavy box when I was 11. So, I am using it in the past. One more example, I could read French when I was 8. I could read French when I was 8. That means I have the ability in the past. When I was 8, I could read French. Also use could in the negative form like could not. And the contraction could be couldn't. For example, I couldn't swim when I was a child. I couldn't swim when I was a child. That means I could not swim when I was a child. It was showing that something I couldn't do in the past. Another example could be, he couldn't do the dance when he was in his school. He couldn't do the dance when he was in school. That means he couldn't do the dance when he... Another example could be, he couldn't play chess when he was a child. He couldn't play chess when he was a child. That means he could not play chess when he was a child. So it shows something in the past and that too in the negative form. The ability that he couldn't do in the past. I hope now this is clear. Now let's move towards the next usage of could. An important thing to take care of when we are using could in a sentence. So after that, always the main verb which will be followed should be verb first form. For example, I couldn't speak English 4 years ago. So after couldn't, the main verb is speak. And it should be in the verb first form. This is very important point to be noticed. Now another usage is could be used as a possibility in present tense and the future tense. For example, I say she could be in the kitchen. She could be in the kitchen. That means there is a possibility she could be in the kitchen or she could not be in the kitchen. That means it may be possible that she could be somewhere else. So here I am using it as a possible. For example, John could visit us on Monday. That means maybe it is possible that John will visit us on Monday. So it can be possible or it may not be possible. So here it shows about the possibility in the future. Another usage of could is for the polite request. So when you have to make a polite request to somebody, we use could. For example, could you help me? Could you help me? That means like I'm making a polite request. Could you help me? Or I can also say, could you pass that book for me? That means, could you pass that book? That's a polite request from my side. Another usage of could can be in the reported speech. For example, if somebody says a sentence to us in a direct speech by using can, and if we have to say the same sentence in the indirect speech, we will change it to could. For example, she said she could play basketball. She said she could play basketball. So here I have changed can into could and that too in the indirect speech. Sentence in the direct speech is she said I can play basketball. And the indirect sentence could be she said she could play basketball. So here I have changed can into could while saying the sentence in indirect speech. Hope now the usage of could is clear to you. Now I want you to go to the comments section, and with each usage of could, you should make a sentence so that it will be clear to you. Also, if you have any queries related to English or for this topic, you can ask me in the comments section. I will surely reply to it. And if you are new to my channel, do like, comment and subscribe. Thanks for watching.